of my favorites, Oscar Mayer Wiener truck. I also always liked the Radio Flyer wagon. See that? It's pretty cool. Which kid wouldn't love a nice Lumina van? Nice minivan here. What the hell was I thinking? I'm really glad I got the limited edition Vaughn's Produce truck. That is my entire Hot Wheels collection on the ground. I'm gonna give you a different perspective so you can see how high the pile actually is. Let's see. It's about an elevation of maybe 1.5 feet and a circumference of this is like the mystery cat that's always around my house. I don't think it has an owner, but it has quite the personality, and it just showed up with a towel on it. I guess it's getting cold out, so even cats need a little weather protection. Did you put that towel on that cat?
No.
So I spent a couple hours today doing a fairly, I think, unattached assessment of my Hot Wheels collection, and my findings, my conclusion is, I think it's pretty worthless. Thanks for dinner.
You're welcome. Got you.
Look at those clouds. El Nino is coming. Okay, so back to the Hot Wheels. What I meant by worthless was I could probably make a couple bucks off of them if I list them individually, but that would take hours and hours and hours of my time. So I think the best way to cut the losses on this is just to do like a whole bulk sale or just give it away. It's definitely not going to make anybody rich. But what's funny is, if I say I took all the money I invested when I was a kid in buying Hot Wheels and I put that into the stock market, say average 8% return over maybe 15 or 16 years that I've had that for, just imagine how many returns I would have, or how much of an investment it would have turned out to be. I think what's funny about my Hot Wheels collection is that as a kid, I was actually expecting to make a return on the investment and have the Hot Wheels increase in value. But I think it's kind of the same as trying to pick individual stocks and hoping that they make a return. And it's just kind of like playing a guessing game. Same thing as trying to guess which line at the grocery store is going to be the fastest. You just never really know, so you need a system to really get the best out of your returns if that's the goal, because my goal definitely wasn't to play with them, as you can see, because they're all still in packages. It's funny being a kid in like 1998, 1996, expecting to make a return off of Hot Wheels cars. The most fun cars that I just found aren't even the traditional Hot Wheels. They're like the little dinky ones that will wind up and go. These little guys. Remember, before throwing or selling any other toys that you have, make sure to play with them one last time before you do it so that you got it all out of your system. and we make it to the end. This guy went off the track. This guy couldn't even make it to the finish line. The wind-up Hot Wheels, I think, are a little bit too light to make it through this course. So what I did was I went and upgraded the cars to, I think this is the Porsche, what is this, versus the Firebird. We have a scale here which goes down to 1/10 of a gram, which is pretty accurate for this type of thing. And the Firebird weighs in at 39.3. The Porsche is going to weigh in at 39.5. So we're only off by 0.2 of a gram. And in lane 1 will be the Porsche. And in lane number 2 will be the Firebird. This is an incline, as you can see. It's probably about like 45 degrees. As you can see, right after the red fire arrows, the incline levels out and we go into a flat area here. So this will test the aerodynamics of the cars and how well the wheels are spinning. And then we'll go down to another slope right here. This is where, you know, we'll see how low or how straight they'll be able to run, because any contact here could have the cars going over, as we saw in that introductory race. This guy went off the track. This guy couldn't even make it to the finish line. And here is the finish line. When the cars hit this flag, we'll tell who wins, because this will move. I'm going to start the races in 3, 2, 1. Oh! So as you can see, what happened here was, I think one of the cars hit this. They pretty much hit it at the same exact time, and then they both bounced back. So we're going to have to do an instant replay to see exactly who won.
I can't even breathe.
What's so funny? Is this funny to you? This is really serious here. This is serious Hot Wheels racing.
I chose the instant replay, please. That's who's winning.